Why don't seagulls fly over the bay? Give up? Because if they did, they'd be bay gulls.
Hilarious.
Has this channel just turned into me talking about old and forgotten bumpers from children's channels that nobody remembers anymore? It's really easy to forget just how many events channels like Disney, Nickelodeon, and Cartoon Network did. It's weird how we took these events and unique bumpers for granted as kids. These once in a blue moon events where every character on the network all of a sudden knew each other's names and were best friends with one another. But that type of thing just doesn't happen anymore. I still attend the cartoons and shows made today aren't actually bad. A lot of them are really good actually. But Nickelodeon as a network itself just doesn't have the same heart that it had before. So as a tribute to Nickelodeon itself and the start of a brand new summer, let's remember that one time Arnold almost hooked up with Debbie Thornberry during the 2003 Nicktoons Summer Beach House.
We're heroes in a half shell, we're baking a surprise. Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtle pies.
But before we get into that, a quick thank you to the folks over at Nutty Nostalgic who sent the channel a few jars of their product. Nutty Nostalgic takes discontinued or sometimes fictional nostalgic food and makes jars of them, ranging from the Ninja Turtles to the Simpsons, Harry Potter, and even recently made a Nick at Night flavor. So check them out if interested. Tell them Childish Juju sent you and comment ideas for new flavors on their post. Who knows, maybe your preferred flavor could be next. In the midst of Nickelodeon's battle with Cartoon Network over who would be the true home for animation, Nickelodeon had many ideas to try and get viewers on their channel. But there was always a clear difference in how Nickelodeon marketed their cartoons and how Cartoon Network did it. Nickelodeon had the Nicktoons and they heavily pushed the creator-driven aspect, but when it came down to marketing them, they just did not compare, like at all. And this isn't a case of Nickelodeon's poor marketing skills. This is a case of Cartoon Network just going above and beyond. To Cartoon Network, it was more than just marketing. It was building a sense of community to the characters and the viewer. This was before CN gave their characters a whole city to roam through. At the time, the idea was that all the toons worked together to make the cartoons that we enjoy. So we'd often see bumpers of the cartoon characters we already loved from their individual shows now interacting with each other while they're not on set. While Nickelodeon's idea of advertising was usually just a couple clips from the series they were promoting, coupled with an announcer narrating it. But the executives at Nickelodeon knew something wasn't right. They were the more popular channel by far, but when it came to cartoons, they just couldn't keep their audience there. So their solution was to take another page out of Cartoon Network's book, and then the perfect opportunity arose. School's out. No more books, no more homework. Kids were left with nothing to do but watch cartoons, and Nick needed to strike while the iron's hot. So they create the Nicktoons Summer Beach House.
Well, the summer is here, so let's all go to the Nicktoons Summer Beach House, where they play your favorite Nicktoons 6 in a row at the Nicktoons Summer Beach House. Your favorite Nicktoons are always playing a different marathon every day. 3, 2, 1, let's start the show. At the Nicktoons Summer Beach House.
Nicktoons Summer Beach House was here, and it brought together characters from every single cartoon that was airing at the time, all in one place, all interacting with each other. And it wasn't just for a weekend, this lasted all summer, from May 26th to August 29th, and the previous year went from May 27th through the 30th. And this was a great way to advertise all of the new Nicktoons and get audiences accustomed to their new characters. The new ones will start to feel familiar the more we see them interact with the characters we already know and love. But that wasn't the case for every cartoon, because poor Jimmy Neutron and As Told by Ginger were given the cold shoulder. Neither were shown throughout the entirety of the block, despite Jimmy and his friends clearly being seen at the beach house, and I have absolutely no recollection of Ginger even being mentioned. But besides those two, every afternoon for every week of the summer, a certain day of the week would be dedicated to a specific show's new episodes. On Mondays were SpongeBob's new episodes, Tuesdays were for the Fairly OddParents, Wednesdays went to the Rugrats, Thursdays belonged to Arnold and his friends, and to wrap up things for the week was Rocket Power. Really saving the best for last, aren't we, Nickelodeon? Other than these shows premiering new episodes every week of the summer, There wasn't much else to be said about the episodes themselves. There was no particular special for either of the shows or one big special that put everybody together, and it didn't necessarily strike the exact same chord as when Cartoon Network characters would come together as a community. I feel as if Cartoon Network's characters intertwined just a little bit better, and at least for me, I think those characters actually feel like they live in the same space. But even while that may be the case, seeing all of these characters, young and old, human and sea creature, it's events like these that stick with us as a kid, that stick with us as we're growing up. And while events like these may not happen nearly as often with today's state of Nickelodeon, because we know that it's just a travesty, we can still look back on and enjoy that time period for what it was. And what it was genuinely, truly amazing. You just had to be there.
Brand new from Play THQ, the universe is in danger. The Nicktoons heroes and villains must join forces to kick the slime out of Globulus. Join SpongeBob, Jimmy Neutron, and friends as they team up with some unlikely allies in the biggest and slimiest SpongeBob adventure ever, SpongeBob SquarePants.
Glad it missed me that time.
Globs of Doom. Also available Drawn to Life SpongeBob SquarePants Edition. Rated E for everyone. Unit system sold separately.